Hey, what's up, y'all? So, we are doing one of my favorite artists in the world. I love Luke Combs. I really love Luke Combs. I'm excited to check out his podcast he recently did with Theo Vaughn. And, of course, I've seen his podcast with Joe Rogan, which I liked. But, yeah, just Luke has just... I just love his energy, his heart. He just seems like a good fucking simple dude. Just a good, simple guy. And just has one of the best voices. So I'm excited about this one. But anyway, let's jump into it in 3, 2, 1.
He ran out of that bedroom about as gung-ho as he could be in his mossy oak. Took a first hunt picture on my phone before he fell asleep on the way. I held the gun, he held the light, a cup of coffee and a can of Sprite. The stand was only 10 feet high, but on top of the world that day.
One thing is just, I think Luke is just such a phenomenal storyteller. And just the way, like, you know, I think partially being a good storyteller is having a good story to tell, but also equally what's important about being a good storyteller is it's kind of like Morgan Freeman. You know what I mean? It's like just some people, when they tell stories, there's an authority to them. They can embody the story in a meaningful, powerful way. And I find Luke has that. When he writes lyrics, they're good. But there's just a quality about him specifically that I like him as a narrator, which really fundamentally is I like him as a singer. And I just find there's just something warm about him, I find. Grounded and warm.
He held the light, a cup of coffee and a can of Sprite. The stand was only 10 feet high, but on top of the world that day.
I like that note.
I already knew he wouldn't see a thing. Been 3 more times and it's always the same, 'cause he moves too much and he talks too loud. But I don't mind, 'cause I'm finding out that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin, but next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again.
If I'm correct, I think this song is about a father. I'm piecing this together literally by like the last little bit of this chorus, but I'm assuming, could be incorrect, that this is about a father who brought up his sons hunting together, and now they've left the nest, and now he's left figuring out who he is. No longer identifying with being the father. You know what I mean? And just like, a mother too, right? When the kids move out, part of your identity's gone. But, I like the vibe of this one a lot.
But next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again.
There's good vibe for this.
I've heard them say these days don't last. I know the years are gonna fly fast, right out the door and never come back as bad as you want them to. Pretty soon he'll sit in his own tree, be about out of hell with a set of keys. And chasing girls is gonna be all he'll wanna do. He'll have a lot less time for his old man. So I'm gonna soak it up while I still can. When he moves too much and he talks too loud, but I don't mind, 'cause 'cause I'm finding out that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin. The next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again. Out of that bedroom about his gung-ho as he can be in his mossy oak. Hop in the truck and off we go. I can't help but smile, 'cause he don't know he moves too much and he talks too loud. But I don't mind, 'cause I'm finding out that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin. But next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again.
So that was Luke Combs, Huntin By Yourself. Overall, I like this one. Didn't blow me away. It's not my favorite Luke Combs song, but even then, I just find the thing, and this is why I like Luke Combs so much. I know I love an artist when even the songs that don't, resonate with me in a super strong way melodically, or potentially this might jump out more when I read the lyrics. But I find, if I find an artist where even the songs that, if they're written by anyone else, I just would never listen to it again. And I'm not saying, I actually like this song. But, like most artists, if I don't love it, I'm not going to listen to it. Where you got someone like Luke Combs, even songs that maybe aren't my favorites by his, they always have a good vibe. And because of that, it's like, he's almost like a friend where you're just kind of like, I just like spending time with him. We don't really have to be talking about too much. Sometimes it's just nice sitting on a bench together and just being in each other's presence. I find that's kind of like Luke. There's certain songs where like I'm singing along and, Refrigerator Door, Kind of Love We Make, Hurricane, every time, even though you're leaving, Forever After All. There's a whole bunch. I like a lot of Luke Combs, but like those are like my Houston was on the first record. That song about Houston, love that song too. But like I pretty much like everything by Luke Combs. I don't love everything by Luke Combs, but I like pretty much everything by Luke Combs. There's almost nothing that I would skip necessarily. Actually, that's not true. I'd skip it just to get to songs I loved. You know what I mean? But if anytime Luke is playing, I'm always a happy man. I'm always like, I like this vibe. But yeah, so let's jump into the lyrics now and see if anything jumps out. He ran out of that bedroom about as gung-ho as he could be in his mossy oak. Take a first hunt picture on my phone before he fell asleep on the way. I held the gun, he held the light. A cup of coffee and a can of Sprite. The stand was only 10 feet high, but on top of the world that day. I already knew he wouldn't see a thing. Been 3 more times and it's always the same. Cause he moves too much and oh, I get it. This is about a father taking his son out hunting and he moves too much and he talks too loud. But I don't mind because I'm finding out that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. Yeah, he's kind of talking what I was just saying. It's just nice to be around people you love. They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin. But next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again. So even if they're ruining it, even if they're talking too much or talking too loud and moving too much, it's like you're gonna run out of these experiences. Again, I like Luke's vibe. It's very sentimental. Like, pretty much I always get with Luke is like, he knows what's important about life. He knows what's important in life. Yeah, he knows what's important in life. Yeah, he just comes across as very wise to me. Yeah, just grounded, safe too. Like, I feel like if I was with him, I'm at a point in my life now where I don't really care too much what people think of me. I can usually express myself however I want. Occasionally, sometimes I get a little bit, experience a little bit of social anxiety. Not often though, but I just feel with Luke, if I was ever with him, I feel like I'd just feel safe to just be myself. Even if I said something obnoxious or not even that, I just feel like no matter who I was, no matter how I expressed myself, he could hold space for that. Well, I've heard him say, these days don't last. I know the years are gonna fly fast, right out the door and never come back, as bad as you want him to. Pretty soon he'll sit in his own tree, be a bat out of hell with a set of keys. Yeah, this reminds me of Meatloaf, because the album Bat Out of Hell, with a set of keys. Chasing girls is gonna be all he'll want to do. Yeah. Back in the times when, like, this is what I've heard from people who are fathers. But it's like, when they're young, you're like their hero. And, you think they'll always look up to you. You think they'll always want to spend time with you. You're the most important thing in their world. And they become teenagers, and then they care more about girls than you, and then they get older and they care more about their job, their career, their life, their friends, their found family, their community. And then it's like, yeah, you never get that time back. You never really get to be a dad again like you were. Yeah, I just love Luke. He knows what's important. He'll have a lot less time for this old man, so I'm gonna soak it up while I can. Runs out of that bedroom about as gun-ho as he could be in his mossy oak. Hop in the truck and off we go. I can't help but smile as he don't know. He moves too much. I love it when the bridge ties in really nicely with the chorus, like lyrically and thematically. I can't help but smile as he don't know. He moves too much and he talks too loud. But I don't mind, because I'm finding out that even if it's just time we're killing, it's never felt more like living. They'll make you cuss and wear your patience thin, children will. But next thing you know, they're all grown up and then you're hunting by yourself again. Yeah, that's funny. Occasionally, I don't love a song on first listen, but then when I go through the lyrics, I'm like, I really like that. And that's actually how I feel right now after reading these lyrics. I'm like, I really like this song. And I think I could end up loving this song. It's right now in like to strongly like. It could go up to love. Or at least maybe it could go up to like really like. Right now it's in I like this. I think it could go up into I really like this, and possibly even I love this. But anyway, what did you guys think about this one? Let me know down below. Yeah, I guess I'm making this a reaction channel again. I think I'm gonna put these up publicly. Yeah, I was thinking of making these just for myself, but I think it's just more meaningful, and yeah, I like sharing my art with the world. So yeah, thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one.